Come on. Not even a hint?
Well, yes, my friends, you heard correctly. It is the first TV versus in the show, and I think the only way we could do a TV versus would be the Green Arrow versus the Flash. And I have to call him Green Arrow now because that's what he's being called. That's what he wants to be known as now in season 4.
Yep.
But to be fair, the show is still called Arrow.
Yeah, and I think they picked up the baton a little bit from the mood of Flash because they've definitely lightened things up for season 4 of Arrow. And thank goodness, because season 3 was just too dire and dark and depressing.
But it ended on a light note.
It did. I really like the relationship between Oliver and Felicity. I think the actors are having a great time with it. All of the supporting cast are having a great time with it. There's a great deal of suspicion from Diggle and the rest of the crew about Ollie because he basically leaves his attempts to save the city and says, screw it, I'm going to just go take off with Felicity and forget about all this stuff.
The beginning of the season made me fall in love with them and fall in love with what their love could potentially be. But then we have this ridiculous foreshadowing at the end of the first episode where I feel like, is Felicity going to die now? Like, what's the deal?
I know.
So I can't even fall in love with them anymore? I have to let this relationship go?
Well, and I think so much of this relationship is based on Felicity Smoke, who I think has become such a key ingredient. You know, this
so
Emily
needed.
Bett Rickards, she's so fantastic in this performance. They write her beautifully, and she really revels in it. And she's obviously a lot of the lightness, a lot of the joy, a lot of the fun in the show.
Yeah.
And in The Flash, they have a lot of characters like that, and I think that really benefits that show because, you know, here we've got a super meta-human that can run super fast, and he's fighting all kinds of really powerful, really dark enemies, but then he's got Cisco and he's got Jesse L. Martin, and, you know, Detective West, who's incredible. I mean, there's just an unbelievable wealth of great supporting cast members, as well as a terrific hero in Grant Gustin, who's fantastic as Barry Allen.
There is this campy feel to The Flash, but they really play into it quite well. And all of the women that are heroes in this show, I do like the fact that there are women that are heroes in both of these shows, but they're not being played up to be like, oh, well, we have to have women heroes now, so we're going to throw this one into it too. They're all very good, and they all embrace the roles that they have very well, and they all just fit in with the team. There's not one that's above another. I really enjoy that about both of these shows. I honestly feel like we need to break this down because it is a versus, so I feel like we should break it down with which show has the better hero.
I love The Flash. I'm going to go with The Flash.
I agree with you. Which show has the better villains?
The Flash, the rogues gallery that The Flash has is incredible, unstoppable.
I completely agree.
Yeah.
The Flash wins hands down for that one.
I think it's pretty clear that we like The Flash better.
We do, and even just like the potential of the show going forward, The Flash all the way.
But I also think it's wise for the CW not to, and DC television, not to make them the same show.
Don't make them the same show. And honestly, if you get rid of Felicity Smoke, I'm not even going to touch Arrow ever again. Like, that's it. She's the only reason why I'm watching.
We're going to score this up. What are you going to give The Flash season 2?
The Flash season 2 is getting an 8.
Gets an 8.5 from me so far. What are you going to give Arrow season 4?
6.5.
Gets a 7.5 from me. EP's TV coverage is brought to you by Xbox, makers of Rare Replay for the Xbox One.